We have WooCommerce, we have SureCart. So why the hell do we need FluentCart? I asked that same question to the CEO of FluentCart, and his response will shock you. I'm going to share his response with you later on in this video. For now, let's dive in and let's really see if FluentCart is easy to set up and easy to use. All right, so over here I have a basic WordPress website, nothing on it. You can see here I have a home page. Next, we're going to come over here now to the dashboard. Now, what I did ahead of time was to install the plugin that's called FluentCart. So if you come here on installed plugins, you can see we have FluentCart. To install it, it's very, very easy. All you have to do is to click on Add Plugin. You head over here to search plugins and search for FluentCart and install it. So in my case, I've gone ahead and installed it. Now I need to activate it. So back over here, I'm going to activate it. Now notice what happens. As soon as you activate it, you're going to get an entry here on the top which says FluentCart. Brilliant. Next, we're going to come over here now to the dashboard. So we are going to get this congratulations, let's go. So as you can see here, it needs a few details. This is your onboarding checklist. And I like this because at least I'm going to know what needs to be done next after I install FluentCart. Next, I'm going to install FluentCRM Pro. Now, when you purchase it, you're going to get this dashboard, which shows your account. And you can see here, I have FluentCRM Pro for 100 sites. So you go to your licenses here, and you can also go to your downloads to download the latest version. I've already gone ahead and done that. Let's go ahead and install it. So over here, I'm going to say add plugin, and I'm going to upload it. So I'm going to click here on upload plugin. Next, I'm going to say choose file. Now installing is very, very easy. I mean, as you can see here, this is my latest one. I'm going to click on that and then click on open. Next, I'm going to click on install now, and it is going to be now installed on my website. Or in fact, there's one more step, activate plugin. Okay, so now you can see straight away it says FluentCRM Pro. So what I need to do next now is to take a look at the dashboard and see how we can get started. So over here on the dashboard, you can see it has these steps that I need to complete first. So we have our shop name. So I'm going to say Mac shop. Next, I'm going to leave my United States dollar as it is. And then over here, upload logo. I'm going to leave that as it is as well. I'm not too bothered about that. Now we're going to click on continue. Next, here we have our checkout. So you see now this part here is very important. Instead of going in and creating all your checkout page, your cart page, receipt, shop, and so on, we have an option here to generate all the pages for us. So if I click here, it's going to generate all my pages for me, and you can see they're all generated already, making it easier for me to set up my store super fast. I'm going to click on continue, and now it's saying start from scratch, men's shoes or menswear. So this is just your shop being populated with some products beforehand. I don't want to do that. I want to show you how to start from scratch. Next, I'm going to click on save. So at this stage, everything is okay. And you can see here we have congratulations. Now I'm going to click on let's go. This is my main dashboard here. I can see my orders, total products, anything in drafts. I can see my active coupons and so on. And I scroll down here, I can also see my recent orders. Now, what I like about this heat map is it will tell you where majority of your customers are buying from. And I think this is a really nice, cool feature. Anyway, if you want to continue, you can continue on and add your details here because you have your onboarding checklist over here. Now, let's add our first product. I'm sure we are here to see how easy it is to add our product. To add our first product, I'm going to click here on add product. Product title, I'm going to say product 1. And then I'm going to choose between physical or digital. So in this example, it's going to be a physical product. I'm going to say add product. Great. Now I can come over here on my short description and long description and enter my information. So I'm going to start with my long description here. This is just lorem text. And then I'm just going to copy some of this and enter it on my short description. Okay, great. Next, we're going to add the media. So this is the image of the product. So I have a product already downloaded. So I'm going to say select files. And in my downloads here, I have these two files. I'm just going to select them like that. And then I'm just going to choose one of them. So this shoe here is going to be my first example because that's a physical product. Great. So now that I have my product, if you have more products to add, you can always add them over here, which is brilliant. Okay, so let's scroll further down here. And here we can add our pricing. So I'm going to say that shoe costs 177 and the compare price, let's say this is 197. Okay. You can also calculate your profits or costs. I mean, it's okay if you want to do that. Inventory management, I can activate that and I can say in stock, available, and so on. So it's up to you how you want to add this. So new stock, adjust by. So I'm going to say 100 pairs, for example, and then say apply. So now we know there's 100 pairs. If it's a digital product, this is where you can activate downloadable assets, but I will show you that very, very soon. Next, over here, we can create our categories. So you can start adding our categories by just saying, okay, here we have a shoes category. I'm going to say add. Now, as I'm doing this, I want you to notice how fast things are being added and applied here. Okay, shipping class. I mean, I haven't got any, but I can always come here and enter a class and so on. Anyway, now that I have my product, I'm going to come to the top here and click on update. But you know what? We're not done yet because we want to see what this product looks like. I'm going to come over here to more actions and then do a preview. But I'm going to do this preview in a new tab. Look at that. Now, do you see how simple it was just for me to enter a product? How cool is this? Now, notice what's happening here at the top. We have our account, cart, checkout, home. Of course, I created that one, receipts, and shop. So on our product page here, you can see it's saying add shipping zone. So we want to add shipping and let's see how difficult it is. I'm going to say add shipping. Now it's asking me to add a shipping zone. So I'm going to come over here and this one here is going to be UK. So for my regions, I'm going to look for United Kingdom and I'm going to select it. I'm going to save that, add shipping method. So this is where I can enable my shipping method here, the method type. So I'm going to say Royal Mail. Here is where I can choose a flat rate and the amount. I'm going to say maybe $10, configure per item, combined cost. So you can go in and really customize this if you want to. So you can see it's per order. So I'm going to say per order here. And then we have our class aggregation. I can go in here and say combined cost or highest cost. So it depends how you want to set it. I'm going to go ahead now and save. So now I have my shipping methods. So I can have Royal Mail here. I can have air. I can have, pretty much whatever it is, which I can then apply once my product is ready. So now that I've added my shipping zone, let's head over back to our dashboard and take a look. So you can see I have one product here in draft. So we want to go back to this product and make sure that we take it out of draft. Okay, so I'm going to select it. And then over here on the status, you see it says draft. I'm going to say publish. And that is all I need to do. And my product is ready to go on the market. So let's take a look at it one more time. So I'm going to refresh this page like that. Let's take a look at the process. So if I say add to cart, what happens? Look at that. This is really, really awesome. That side thing that comes out, I forgot its name. That side thing, I mean, it just makes things really, really easy. So I can say to, and you can see now it has been updated. I can delete it from here. I can view the cart by clicking over here. Look at that. It is just clean, simple. Now, I haven't added any graphics. I haven't done much here. This is just me setting it up. Next, I'm going to say checkout. Look at that. Now we have our checkout and it's showing our shipping here as well. So if I can click here, I can activate it. So if I had 3 types of shipping here, I can choose the one that I want. I mean, how cool is that? And our shipping cost has been added here. Oh my goodness. This is so easy to set up and I'm sure you can agree with me. Anyway, let's go back because there's a few things we need to take a look at here. We can go to our cart. And you can see our cart here has 2 items. I can reduce it to 1 and then it updates for our checkout here. We have our checkout page as I've shown you. We also have the account. Now, look at how easy, how simple this account page is. I can take a look at my purchase history. I can go to my downloads. I can go to my profile. And this is where I would fill it in, add my first name, last name. My email address is already there. I can provide my billing address and my shipping address as well. And this is me, the account of the customer. Awesome. Okay, now that I've shown you how to add a product super fast, how about we take a look at the whole interface of FluentCart. Okay, let's head over back here. So I'm going to go back to the dashboard. So what I like here is you have your navigation here on the top, and you also have your navigation here on the side. So it is quick access. So here, if you want to see your orders, you can just click here and boom, that's your orders. You can see all your completed orders, the processing, anything on hold will be here. And you can also view more items here. Refunded, renewal, partial refund. I mean, you can see there's a lot of information that we can go through here. Here is where you get your list of all your customers. Here is where you get your list of all your products. And so far you can see we have our product 1, which is brilliant. Next, we have our reports. Now, this tab here is super powerful. This tab will give you an overview. I know right now there isn't any because it's a brand new install, so there isn't much going on here. So there's a lot that this is going to show you from top countries, gross revenue. It will show you information from top countries, your net volume. I mean, there's a lot of information. Next, here we have our sales. We have our orders. We have our revenue. We can also take a look at our refunds. We can look at our subscriptions. I mean, there's just a lot of information here on this product. Now, there's a page which is also very, very important here. And that's the settings page. Now, over here is where you go in and set pretty much everything that you need for your shop. So we did the store setup a moment ago. And once you're ready, you can make your store live. Now, of course, while you're testing everything, making sure everything is working, it'll be in test mode. But then when you set it to live, it means now it's ready for everyone to now start purchasing on your website. Okay, so we're going to save that. Now, there's a few things that you may also need to do here. You can add your store address, your currency, and so on. And you can just go through the whole list. Now, our pages are already set, as you saw, but you can create your custom pages. How? By just copying this short code and entering it on your desired page. Very, very easy. Next, we have our product page. So here it says show relevant in a single page. You can show also relevant product model. Isn't that cool? Product model. Enable zoom. We can enable zoom here. Image with text. We have also this different layout. We also have 2 columns. We have 3 columns and so on. I mean, look at how easy it is to customize this. So if I want to choose 2 columns, I can go ahead with that. Let's hit save. Right. So with that now, if we go to, let's say, our shop, which is on our main page, I'm going to go to shop, and I'm sure now the product is going to show, and sure enough, my product is showing. So the more products I have, they're going to be shown here. And I can also use the slider here to choose or to narrow down based on price. I can also narrow down based on products. I mean, this is really cool. I can also search, and this is active over here. If I say add to cart, notice what happens. It's going to show me my slide out, which is also really, really cool. Okay, so now that we've had a look at our page, let's head over back to our settings here, and we can continue with the setup. So we also have the theme set up here as well. You can go in and set your primary color to match with your website. And this is very important because you want to keep your branding very, very consistent. Okay, so you have a text color, border color, and so on. We also have your cart and checkout. So you can add an icon to the menu bar. Again, this will really make your website look like, wow, this is a proper e-commerce website. Okay, here you can also hide the coupon field if you want to, but I'm going to leave it as it is. You can also show additional address fields, but if you're selling digital products, you don't need to do that. So this is where you want to disable this, right? So I'm going to save this for now because my next example is me showing you how to create a digital product. Next, we have your payment settings. Now, this is one of the most important of all, because without this, your shop is not going to work. So what we're going to do here is take a look at the payment options. So far, they have Stripe and PayPal, but there's more on the way. There's Razorpay, there's Molly, there's Square, and so on. So this is going to be really, really compatible wherever you are in the world. Next, we have our invoice and packaging. So this is where you have all your templates created for you ahead of time. How cool is that? Next, we have our webhooks. Now, this is for all you guys who are, really good at, developers. This is where you can add all your webhooks. We also have our global settings. If I say configure modules, this is where we can go in and install Fluent CRM, Fluent Community. Now, I know at this stage you're probably thinking, can I only sell products, digital products and physical products? The answer is no. You can connect this to a community as well and get people to pay through FluentCart. Really, really awesome. And where does Fluent CRM come in? You can automate your emails. In fact, let's install these two right now. I'm going to click on install Fluent CRM. And then, now it's enabled. Pretty cool. Community, I'll do a dedicated video for this, but Fluent Community will do a fantastic job. In fact, I have a community on diviuniversity.com and it is running. It is amazing. Okay. But I'll do a separate video for that. Next, let's head over to our reports. As I mentioned before, there's a lot of reporting that happens here. And back over here, we have our global integrations. Now let me add it over here. Since I activated, I need to come back and say Fluent CRM. So this is where you can add people to lists, you can add tags and so on. But I'm going to show you how to set this up just in case you have Fluent CRM already installed. Next, we have our email configuration here. So this is where you can say from email and so on and so forth. So from, this could be Mac. I don't know why I can't type this Mac correctly. Okay, so by email, mac@creativeastro.com. Okay, notifications. You can go in here so you can get notified as an admin when a new order has been paid and so on. So you can activate, deactivate any of that over here. Roles and permissions. Of course, you want to have perhaps some of your team members to run your store. This is where you add your role. You search for the user. At the moment, I don't have any users here. I just have my basic one, but I can add it here, choose my role, and then I can say super admin or manager, or this could be the worker. But as a worker, they will only have access to view products, customers, coupons, integrations, and so on. Accountant can view. Look at this. Isn't this amazing, guys? I am actually amazed by this. But anyway, let's move on to the next thing. Storage settings. So if you have, let's say, digital products you're selling and you want to save them, you can save them to the local or Amazon S3, which is again very, very easy to manage if you have your access keys. So here you need your access key and secret key, and then you can enable it over here. Super easy, well integrated. Shipping, I think we spoke about this. This is my shipping zone that I created. You can add another shipping zone over here. And then you also have your shipping classes. You can add your shipping classes here. Features and add-on. You can see my product licensing right at the moment. It's inactive, but I can activate it over here. So what product licensing is, if you're selling digital products and you want FluentCart to handle the licenses, you can activate it over here. Stock management, you can activate it over here. And then we also have order bump. Now, I really requested for this, and I'm glad that this is in this feature here, this order bump. It is really, really good. So I'm going to activate both of them and say save settings. And then finally, the license settings here is for FluentCart. This is where you want to add your license keys, and this will be pretty much good to go. So as you can see, I've just shown you where everything is, and it is very, very easy to find where you can find all your features. Now, let's go to our products because we want to add a digital product. So I'm going to say add product. So this product here is a baking course. So I'm going to say baking mastery like that. This time it's a digital product. I'm going to say add product. Great. We need a short description here. So I'm going to go to my lorem text, copy it, and then back over here, we're just going to paste our short description and our long description. Great. So now that we have that, our price here, let's say this is 67. This time I'm not going to put my compare price. You know how that works. Now it's asking me for downloadable assets. I'm going to activate that. And then with that activated, I'm just going to say add. I can now choose a downloadable. So I'm going to come over here to upload. And then I'm just going to choose something that can be downloadable here. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to choose, is there anything? Okay, let's go with this header.json as an example. There we go. I've uploaded it, confirm, save asset. Okay, great. So now that I have set all this up, now notice the pricing, because this is something that is very, very powerful. When it comes to the pricing here, it's not just, your one price, fits all. You can go in here and say simple variations. Now, guess what happens now? I can go in, add more, and this is where I can say lifetime. So I can choose this to be a one-time or subscription. So let's say for a lifetime, these are just examples, by the way. I'm going to say this is $4.99. Okay. But this is a one-time. Let's add our image. Now remember, I uploaded it. I'm going to say use media, save price. Okay. So we have a lifetime here. So this one here, the top one, this can be a subscription. I'm going to come over here, change this to subscription. And just like that, I can set this to yearly, I can set it to monthly, I can set it to weekly, I can set it to daily. I don't know why you want to do daily, but the option is there. So I'm going to set this to yearly. Okay. Now, what's really cool here is I can enable installment as well. But obviously for $67, not worth it. So let's update the price here. Oops, I need to add the image. So that's my image right here. Okay. Now let's go back to this one here, because we want to go in and we want to set our pricing. Okay, so here it's set to one time, which is brilliant. I thought that was not set correctly. All right, so now that I have that, we are pretty much good to go. Over here, I don't know if you noticed this, but if I go in, I can also enable installment. So I can say, okay, installment count maybe 2, like that. And now that sets to 134. Setup fee. If you want to set up a setup fee, you can also set up a setup fee here. You can calculate your profit and cost if you wanted to, but you know what? We're not doing that. So I'm going to set it, update my price, and we're good to go. So with this now, by default, it's set to draft. Let me add my media here, which is this image. And now for my default variant, Baking Mastery is my default. And then the lifetime could be my other option. So with that, we also have our categories here. If you want to add your category, right now we have shoes, but we can go in and create another one. Oops, courses, or it can be memberships. So I'm going to say add. Great. So now I've added my category. It's in draft mode. Let's make it published. So on the top here, you can see we have an option to view our product, and here it is. I mean, look at how clean and how beautiful this looks. It's telling us our availability here, it's in stock, and it's giving us our price. So if I need the one time, I can just click here, and this is now my lifetime, and it is updated as well. We also have our installment here, which is our yearly option. So let me go with one time, click on buy now, and you can see here that I don't have, so much to choose from. Right now, it's not showing anything because I haven't set up my PayPal or my Stripe, which is why it's loading like this. Otherwise, this works great. Okay, so now that I have that all set, we've created our products. We've also installed FluentCRM for automating our emails. Let's take a look and see how all this works together. But before I do that, I want to show you a really cool feature. So I'm going to come over here to products, and then I'm going to go to our Baking Mastery course. Now remember, we also have an upgrade to a lifetime membership. That's what we set up. But over here now we have upgrade paths. So at any point, the person that bought a yearly membership for our course can upgrade to lifetime at any point. Check this out. I can go to upgrade paths and click on add path. So I'm going to say from plan, Baking Mastery, okay, to plan, lifetime. Prorate. So let's say they've bought for a few years, and whatever is less to get to the lifetime membership, it just subtracts what you've already paid for, and then you pay the difference. That is pretty cool. You can also give an incentive here of a discount, and let's say this is a $20 discount. We're going to click on save. Now let's go to our products. I just want to show you how cool this is. So with this all set now, we are pretty much ready to go. Now, we also want to talk about licensing settings. So this is where you'd add your licensing. You can enable it here, and you can generate your version number here, your license key, and pretty much if they want to access the course or the product itself, the digital product, they have to enter a license key, and this is the actual file it is. But this is going to be for another video. Now, what I want to take a look at here is the integrations. So remember, we installed a Fluent CRM. So this is where we can add an integration for this actual product. So we're going to come over here, Fluent CRM, and I can say add to lists. So if someone purchases a product from here, I can add them to the list of customers. Next, I can give them a tag. So for Baking Mastery, look at that. I can give them a what? A tag which says bought baking course. I can remove them from lists. I can remove some tags. I can do so many things. Event trigger, I want this to be triggered when an order is paid, right? And then I can say create Fluent CRM feed. Boom, just like that, I've created my feed, and this is some serious automation right here. Let me take you now to the next step so you can see how this automation is very important. We're going to come over here to Fluent CRM, and we're going to go to automations, because this is where we're going to create our automation funnels. I'm going to say new automation, start from scratch, and straight away you can see there's FluentCart here. So we can actually start this automation with FluentCart. So we can say order paid or subscription paid, right? I can click on that, and then I can say baking course like that. Next, I want to hit continue. So what do I need to do here? Target products. Okay, I'm going to say baking mastery. And what else do I need to do? I don't need to target categories. I'm just going to say yes. So when this order is paid, what do I need to do? Now, this is where things get very exciting. There is so many things to do here. I can come over here. I can create a user if I need to, but of course, in this case, we don't, because when someone purchases, they automatically added as a user. But we can do all sorts of things here. I mean, it's endless. If I want to give them a welcome email, I can come over here, send custom email. So I can say welcome. I can add my email text in here and then save settings. So now, as soon as they purchase, they're going to get a welcome email, and I can continue on. If I want to, say, for example, send them a sequence, I can add them to a sequence here. If I need to send a campaign email, I can do that over here. I mean, there's a lot of things I can do. I can do A/B split testing to see how each campaign performs. I can add notes. So if I want to add a note here, I can say, you know, this is a good customer. Okay, save settings. I mean, so just there's a lot that we can do. We can even do things like conditions. So we can say set our conditions here, and this is the power of combining Fluent CRM and FluentCart. Now, there's a question that I'm sure you're probably waiting for. Why would you choose FluentCart over SureCart or WooCommerce? Now, when I had in my interview with Jewel, and he's the CEO of FluentCart, he told me that the way FluentCart was developed, it was developed using the latest technologies, and it is fully served on your actual website, which means you control all your data. And this is very, very important. With SureCart, the data is on the SureCart servers, which means all the transactions, they are also being pushed to the server to take away the load of all the processing that can be done on your website. Which led me to the next question, which was, how did you make it fast? Well, the answer to that is in the interview that I did with him. But what I got from that, because I'm not a developer, what I got from that was there's a lot of the latest technologies they used in order for them to achieve this. And I tested it. It is really fast. It's actually running on my own website, divuniversity.com, and I've applied all the automations on it. It is really, really good. So if you purchase FluentCart using my affiliate link, I am going to give you my own bonus. I am putting together an extensive course that teaches you how to get up and running with FluentCart from the ground up. As you can see, there's a lot that can be set up. I want to be covering things like digital products, physical products, automations, and customizations as well. And very soon, when they do their major updates, we're going to be able to create templates for your online shops. So if you purchase FluentCart using my affiliate link, you're going to get access to pretty much all of that, including a special FluentCart community where we'll be talking everything FluentCart, and you'll be able to get your support in there just in case you get stuck. So the link to that is in the video description below. Go ahead and check it out. This is as much as I could cover in a short space of time, but as you can see, it's very, very extensive. And if you purchase this, especially the lifetime membership, I know it may look like it's very expensive, but if you get the highest license, for example, you can get all your money back by just creating one website. So just think about it that way. And once you get your lifetime license, it means you're going to get lifetime updates, lifetime support, and so on. Otherwise, if you miss this opportunity, you're going to be going on to the yearly one, which won't be a good deal. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'd like to hear what you think about FluentCart, and let me know in the comments box below. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one. Take care.